Today in OS operating system, we're gonna take a look into this operating system originated from Thailand. It's Ultramarine OS operating system, Linux, Bungie, desktop environment. So let's take a look into this Ultramarine. So I have the website right here. It is ultramarine-linux.org. It is just works well, and of course under the Fedora based Linux distribution designed to stay out of the way and to be easy to use. All edition comes with several tweaks and of course with pre-applied initial setup and daily usage of this distro. So anyway, what is Ultramarine? It is a design to be easy to use as possible and stay out of your way. And Ultramarine keep up with the latest and greatest in open source community while it's trying to be stable and secure at the same time. Ultramarine Linux is for everybody, for the beginners to the tech enthusiasts and even Windows dropouts. So this is based on Fedora, designed developer friendly and friendly for average user, for a tool to make their daily driver and most out of their system. And of course it is making it easy and accessible to possible for everyone to create their packages of their software that is using for their daily driver. Eventually I have this conclusion, which is mostly for the Windows dropouts. You'll know what I mean later as we progress on this website. And of course some of my colleagues right here in the YouTube channels, we have EBA Central, Troy. We also have the Linux Cast, and Tyler's Tech is also here. So they have their novel reviews on this Ultramarine, and of course they also released the latest version of this Ultramarine. Let me take a look into this GitHub, which is the Ultramarine Linux. Let me see. So it's basically the same information that you could see on their official website and official GitHub account. It's basically the lead developer is from Thailand, which is or this girl. I haven't met this fellow Linux distro developer, even though we're here in Thailand. She or he? Ishihara. I'm not really real my okay, it's not her name or her or him or whatever. So she's currently a student at Sri Nakarivirut University Demonstration School. So I am not a binary, of course. He is not, or she is not a computer. Eventually he's doing this so-called coding in his free time, and big IT and nerdy loves to learn new things, and of course with Python, Rust, and C. So she is also a DevOps engineer. Okay, there it is. Oh, I'm following her, so probably she is she. So I already download this website. They have several distro flavors you can pick, from the Bungie as the flagship, the Genome Edition, Pantheon, and at the same time the KD. So installation, pre-installation, let's get started. So after you download it, put it on the virtual box if you want to, or put it on the USB, and then boot it on the bootable USB like Balena Etcher. And of of course, try to make sure that your USB is free, or you can erase everything inside there before you use it as a bootable USB, because some of the USB you could erase everything. So yep. And of course, Ultramarine currently using the Anaconda installer. So that is why it is different. So after you install it, and if you want to put it on the USB, bootable USB, go for a test drive, you met with this, with welcome page. Of course, I think I have the Ultramarine Linux 37 edition flavor on this one. Follow this instruction. After that, reboot, and you're ready to go. So I already downloaded this one, and let's try to see. So let's take a look into this. Let's open our boxes. Okay, oh, let me close that one. Open this one. Ultramarine flagship. Open. Of course, it is Fedora 37. Let's give it a 2. No, make it 8. 20? Yeah, I think it's already okay. 20. Let's enable the let's enable the EFI, maybe, to be like realistic. Okay, let's full screen this one so that you can see. Let's start Ultramarine without testing, because we are in the virtual box right now. Okay, we're in, and yeah, it's beautiful. Let's install it on our virtual hard disk or virtual drive. Of course, even though I'm here in Thailand, I'll use the English so that it will be readable, and of course you can understand. Continue. I said English. Is ready. Okay, let us just put the RealBee. Of course, let me see. Password. Too short. Okay, never mind with that one. Yes, it's already okay for me. Installed. Okay, I'm good with that one. Checking, yes. Time and date, and alright, this is already okay. Let's click begin installation. Let's wait, it will be like a couple of minutes. Taking zip with my coffee while waiting for the installation to hit 100%. So it will take time. As I said, it will take time. Probably like 15 to 20 minutes for Linux to load. Sometimes beyond that, like if you have a slow computer, slow laptop, it will take time like 30 minutes, but it doesn't take very long. Some of the Linux distros are basically like 5 minutes to install, or less than 5 minutes, especially the smaller ones. I've been to this different types of distro, downloading this stuff, and at the same time some of my friends asked me, why are you doing this on YouTube? Simple answer, I'll let you see as a Window user and at the same time some of the Mac user. So let's try to click this one. It's already finished installing. Let's click this one. Let's open this Ultramarine. Let's see what is inside this Ultramarine. Let's take a look into this desktop bungee settings first. As you can see right here, we have the style, the widgets, the dark. I think I'll go with the dark. It is much pleasant to my eyes. It is not hurting my eyes too much. fonts. You can also change your fonts right here. So if you want to have like stylish things like the so-called, like that one, if you want to. Ooh. So also the scaling, how much is the text scaling? Of course you have to set this, but I like to be on the automatic. I don't want to get too techy right now. If you wanted to, you can also just give it a try. This is our first look, so let us see. We have the archive manager, the GUI of the live boot environment. We have the Bungie control center, the Bungie desktop settings calculator, and all those stuff. These connections that you need to connect with your software, like to check your disk analyzer, to check your internet connection, your controls, your image viewer. At the same time, your if you have the scanner, the document viewer, if you don't want to just open the document itself, you just open that one, the viewer. It is it's like a PDF, portable document viewer. So we also have the genome clock right here. Yeah, you can set the world clock, like for example right here in Can, Thailand. Yeah, we could just add on that one. Okay, just add Texas, USA. How about Houston, Texas. Let's add. So there you have it. You can erase also. Alarms to set, stopwatch, timer. After that, you have some H-top. You also have the LibreOffice. You have the LibreOffice Base, the Calc, Draw, Impress, Math Writer. So the writer is your document, your Word for the Windows user. Calc is for your spreadsheets. Impress is for your PowerPoint presentation slideshow. So the correct term is not PowerPoint, because PowerPoint is the brand of Microsoft. So the right term is the presentation slideshow. It's a little bit long. That's for the meeting presentation, to be exact, or for your presentation in online class, or if you are in your projector on your classroom settings. Let me see. What do you have here? Draw is the publisher. Math Math is also the Excel spreadsheet, but it is basically more on mathematics, problem solving, equation. So yeah, Linux apps are more advanced compared to Windows. We also have the Maps, which is basically an open source maps, which is open source street maps and open source satellite. They are using also Google, because Google is also an open source company, but it is a company and it is proprietary at the same time. You also have the password and keys. You don't need to remember all your password and keys. Photos, to view your photos. Yeah, this is only preview controls. Screenshot, you don't need to go to a third-party screenshot application in Linux, except for I think only in 2009 or 10 when Windows adopt the screenshot, because they were constantly having some problems with the screenshot application that is getting those information like sketchy application. But because I don't know what happened to Windows at the time, when they were just okay if someone's clone in this OS, but they haven't think about it, like the security threat that will be breached and at the same time exploited with the third-party companies to infiltrate Microsoft Windows operating system. So they haven't think about that before. Come to think of it, screenshot, it will save on your computer and at the same time it will send it to this sketchy application website that they were downloading it. So yeah, it was a security breach at that time, and that is why I was like thinking about like, yeah, I better shift right now, because I was actually dual booter way back then, and in Windows early days. It was like, let me see, it's early 90s. Yeah, it was starting, because I remember we have also the Sun OS, the Sun microsystem OS. It is also expensive for their laptops, to be exact. I was very small at the time. I was very young. Yeah, I think I witnessed most of this when I was in childhood era, that I saw this different types of OS, and right now it's dominated by Windows and at the same time by Microsoft nowadays. But well, that's why I'm moving out from the dominated OS by our Windows, and so that is why I shifted to main and daily driver as Linux. Yeah, those were the days that you have different types of OS. Xerox at the same time has their own GUI, or the graphic user interface, which is more advanced. If only Xerox focus on laptops or computers, they would be one of the main OS and computers, if they only, because they started during early days like 1960s, 1970s. They already have that software, but they didn't fully understand the capability and the capacity of their software that they're trying to build for their empire of photocopying. So Xerox is one of the first to have the GUI. If only they try to focus on computers and laptops and operating system. They have all the infrastructure already, but they just focus on this so-called photocopying. So Bungie Ultramarine Linux under Fedora also have come in with out-of-the-box sound recorder. Of course, your system monitor like this one. This is the system monitor, your resources. Yeah, or should I click this one? Maximize. So as you can see, I have only 8 cores in my disposal, and it is very minimum compared to Windows. Oh damn, it was like reaching like 60, 50 something, or sometimes 80. But Linux, we're just only like below 20s in our CPU usage, so that is why it is very light and not bloated as some of the memory space, or should I say the disk space that you have. It will be like bloated. That's why Windows requires you like more than 100 gigabytes of hard disk, but in Linux you just have to have like 30 gigabytes hard disk, a floppy disk. I mean, make it a solid state disk drive. So that is why it is more superior and more flexible and more secure compared to Windows. Let me see, even the memory, if you have only like 8 gigabytes of random access memory, you also have to use the disk as, or your drive as your swap or your virtual memory. So that is awesome for Linux. In Windows, yeah, you can also use a virtual memory, but I think they are not advertising on that one, because for them it is the resources for their operating system is much heavier, so that is why. And of course, sending data for your internet connection, your network, like me, I'm not receiving, uploading or something. You see, it is basically zero. I'm not sending any information across the internet. But in Windows, oh my, they're really spying on you. And not only that, but also in Apple Mac OS, they are sending a lot. This one is just only ping. You see, this one is just only pings, like I'm here, I'm listening, are you sending, something like that, or just question pings, ping 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 ping, like that one. Haha. Okay, enough with this nonsense. I was just like playing. Okay, we also have the terminal. Let us see, terminal, text editor at the same time. Your counterpart on Windows, it's notebook. We also have the Wall Street control. Weather, it comes with the weather already, so you don't need to go to a third party like Windows. So right now we're into our software, and let us see what is inside our software. As you can see, if you are in Windows, you go to your Windows shop, but here in Linux we use this way back then when we started Linux. We have our own software, and that is why it is safe and secure. To create your audio recording and editing audio systems and files, you can download the Audacity. You also have the Cheese, that is your taking of your pictures and videos from your webcam, and a lot of stuff right here. We also have the PTV to create and edit your video to make a movie on your own. Simple radio with stations from the website broadcast, streaming live. We also have the Flash player from Adobe. You can download that one. Let me scroll down right here. So we have a lot of stuff right here, with, of course, with information that you are try to download if you're trying to look for. So we all also have right here the GPS. Yes, we have the GPS. We just don't spy on people. We need to know if it is safe or not. We also have the lollipop to play and organize your music as like MP3s, something like that. For work, we have the genome boxes virtualization and the disk management utility for the genome disk, the gparted at the same time, our partition. In Windows we have the partition magic, but right here in Linux we use gparted or the partition. What was that? The partition for the KDE. For your play, we have some of your old-time favorites. We have Solitaire, we have Mahjong and chess and mines. So I think that's about it for now for our Linux operating system, Ultramarine Linux Bungie Edition from Thailand. I'm Blair for your first look into this operating system. If you want to join and jump into the Linux world, it is safe, compatible with your application, and at the same time it is absolutely for free to use. Just like your cell phone, you are using Linux on your cell phone. Android is Linux, your internet is Linux, your Wi-Fi is Linux, your LAN or your network is Linux, your cars are Linux, and all those stuff. Even your TV, that is why we call it Smart Android TV, because it is Linux. So anyway, this is Blair, your science teacher. Catch another episode of Science of OS, operating system. That's your first look if you want to join in and dive into the Linux world community. Saying bye for now and see you in the next episode. And remember that science means knowing, because science is cool. Ciao!